Hello, you guys. How's it going? Do you see my muscle definition? Yeah. Get a good look, babes. Get a good look. Yeah. Okay, well, admittedly, I don't really know what this video is going to be about, but I feel inspired. And I think I'd like to discuss something in the realm of providing love and being true to yourself and living with your heart and from your heart. And I guess, save yourself from the pity and regret of living vicariously through other people by being exactly who you want to be or doing exactly what you want to do. And you know what? Like, I think that so many positive elements in life come with privilege. I used to say this a lot, that kindness is a privilege, I'm not saying that to not give it, to not receive it. I'm not saying that, I think it's just that it's interesting, I feel as though people who are in the position of providing kindness in whatever form, it could be monetary, it could be a form of charity, but, it's with privilege. And oftentimes those who are struggling are really can't, play nice all the time, I also find it strange that, like, homeless people, I'm just going to be talking today, but homeless people are treated as this, like, weird novelty and are, I don't know, like, I mean, also demonized. Like, what the fuck? Also made fun of, like, the whole, from, like, the millennial or the iCarly age term of, like, hobos. And I just find it so funky. Like, also, I find it really fucked up that you get mad at a homeless person for being mad in the first place. Like, yo, his situation sucks. I think he has the right to be upset. Like, so what? It's not fucking personal. Life sucks sometimes, Anyway, yeah, I think I'm just going to hop around different subjects, but nonetheless, I feel inspired enough to share, like, some sentiments of love and care, that is to say, or that isn't to say that I haven't made mistakes or have been, kind all my fucking life. Absolutely not. I've had crash outs. I've been mean. I've been mean to strangers. Like, it's happened, it's whatever. And I think that, I don't think, whatever negativity I've exhibited is the prominent reason as to why I'm making videos like this or why I'm even promulgating, these sentiments or like this sort of outlook or approach, It's not. I've time and again have felt this way, where I feel so encompassed by the emotion of, like, love, that I want to talk about it over and over again, because I think that, and I say this all the time, that people bring color to my lives, the whole fucking Fleabag quote, that people are all we have, and I truly, truly feel that way. I mean, what else is this, like, I'm not saying, well, what else is this planet for? Fuck no. I mean, this is an entire ecosystem created by different constituents of sentient and non-sentient life. Be so for real. They all deserve respect and a place of their own, and recognition that they have a place in the chain or in, the scheme. So, see, I feel like I'm gonna just talk left and right. But anyway, I think that, as I had begun, like, living a life that's true to yourself or promulgating these beliefs come with some level of privilege. Maybe you are not inundated by stress, and maybe you're not hindered by hardship, and now you're in the position to give, and now you're in the position to also chase. And I guess it's not that I'm speaking to those. I hate to exclude, but even in the smallest iota, in this tiniest semblance, if you can remedy your heart and ameliorate your own trauma and tragedy by caretaking, I think that's done enough. Like, in my video, like, I feel like that if that can be achieved, at least, hey, I'm happy for you. And I mean, I think for me, the quality of my life has been contingent on the integrity of continuing to do what I love. I mean, that is solely how I recognize the unique nature of my life, what is individualistic about it. Because to be honest, like if I hadn't taken the risks and hadn't made certain decisions, I don't think I would be ever so passionate about anything else, because I wouldn't have taught myself how to be, and how to be me. And knowing myself, like I am so emotionally intense. Like I'm never fucking chalant. Never. I don't think like, realistically, obviously I'm not bombastic, but for sure dramatic. For sure. And I'm okay with that because at least I am living in accordance to my values, what I think is right. I don't really care about what other people think, if so long as I feel confident that what I'm doing is the right thing, And even if that means confrontation, even if that means, I guess like making hard decisions that might, infiltrate a certain system that you're used to or a routine, like it is important that you do what you know to be good for you and what you know is true to yourself. Leaving high school was a big fucking decision, and I think it was met with its own set of obstructions, but ultimately, I was gonna say at the end of the day, but ultimately it's certainly rewarding, and it reinforced integrity and confidence and self-esteem because I put myself in a position where I had no choice but to keep going. And from that, I think that the natural order of things and how things had panned out kind of proved to me as a testament that, oh, like this is me. Like this, a huge character trait of mine is perseverance, to wake up and do it again and again and again, and to not even consider quitting and to not even consider taking a hiatus. I don't think I ever fucking took a break in my life. And yeah, I mean, I talk about it a lot because I am proud of it. There we go. There's the gold. Like that's what I was looking for, because I honestly do love starting videos aimlessly and finding a point to elaborate on, and this is, I think, it for me. And I've done this a lot, but I don't mind repeating it because it's about me, but also because I think that if I can do it, then you can do it. Absolutely. I 100% believe that. And I think, if it weren't for my parents, everybody near and dear to me has supported me in what I'm doing. But if it weren't for my parents who cherished me and treated my self-esteem as something fragile, then I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't be this content with my choices and with who I am. And so I encourage you to be a source for somebody else, and I guess that can be kind of a domino effect, and in return you have people in your circle that feel the same way that my parents or my friends and family do, because you deserve that. And I really mean it. If I can do it, then you can do it, because who am I without? Who am I without all of these other facets in my life that support my identity, the characteristics that I do want to celebrate over and over again, because I mean, so we spend so much of our lives downplaying, abating our individuality, that by the time you realize it's all bullshit to play it humble. I'm not saying you're old. Like you're just, like life goes by and you have one life. That is, oh my God, that remains with me. That has remained with me for so many years now, that it is one life and you're not going to get it back and you're going to die. So play it right. The least you can do is have the right intention, for yourself and for others. It's not easy always. Obviously, I'm not, as far as my mental health, I'm not in a perfect state all the time. I literally go to therapy every other week. I have friends, I have people to vent to, I have people to seek advice from and guidance, you know? So I'm not perfect. And also, like, I do have periods where I hate myself. But recently I just came out of a positive epiphany, so I'm sharing this too. And maybe that was the source of my inspiration to spread love, you know, because I have ups and downs in not only my personal self-worth, but also my external appearance, you know, like this is, and it's natural. It's not something I agree with, and I will never let myself agree with, but it is natural after all, especially in the world that we live in and the standards we're held up to and the constructs that are imposed on us. So I don't blame you. But that being said, it is meant to be, it is meant to be challenged, and you have that ability and that power. Otherwise, otherwise, why would there be just even the notion of contrast to exist in the first place in this world, in any element and any metaphor, really? You know, to have that balance is, you know, what's one opposite without the other, huh? Like it wouldn't fucking exist, you know, mathematically, right? So like, you know, you have that ability, and I want to share that. And I don't know, like it's just so important because time is slipping, and no pressure, but the least you can do is to nurture that heart of yours and listen to it and see what's good for you and see what's hurting you. Like, really, what is hurting you? Why? And also then followed by why? Why is it hurting you? These are, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're going through, 9 times out of 10, it's valid, honey. So explore it. You know, you can't fight your feelings. Explore them, understand them, and remedy them. And I guess it's weirdly, it always ends up being like this job of yours to raise yourself in the way that you couldn't be raised or weren't raised. You know, it's not easy for everybody. I mean, you know, yeah. I think that I had never really got around to share all of my life's experiences because I like to keep some things private. But I am inclined, especially in moments like these, to be vulnerable and intimate and share all the things that I have seen, you know, and that I do carry with me. But I think I carry them now with a regard to the benefit of people. If there's anybody I can help in some way or make them feel, my favorite thing is like make them feel less alone, then fuck it. It's okay that I went through it. Walk a mile in these Louboutins. Yeah. So anyway, that is my video. And I notice I've been keeping it short lately, but also I'm dead ass running out of space and I have to figure that out. But yeah, I mean, I just figured I'd come on here and talk about that because I do feel inspired. And again, shout out to my therapist, Brittany. She is so real. Thank you for always helping me confront the dark and twisted, not reality, but outlook, perspective that I have on myself that is always, you know, that might be a little too critical, you know. Thank you. Thank you for letting me, I guess, look at the bigger picture and recognize where I stand in it, and that wherever I do stand, I stand out. I appreciate that. So I don't know if you'll ever see this, but I love you, Brittany. And yeah, so anyway, thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, rest of your week, and I will see you later. Bye.